What's going on? Today we are going to be talking about the Harvard resume template. So, if you've been looking around online for a job search or seeing like what the best resume to be using is, you're going to come across this term called the Harvard resume template. So, the Harvard template is basically like that standard template that you see online all over. It's broken up by borders, so we have borders like education, experience, additional section. So each section you're going to have inputs in education, you're going to have inputs in experience, you're going to put like college, you're going to put like the degree you got, you're going to put job title, or you're going to put your employer, and then underneath that it's the standard like bullet point format resume that pretty much like everyone uses, or well, hopefully everyone uses, but a lot of people actually don't use this template, which is still very effective even in 2023 and onwards. People still use templates like Canva resume templates with the borders and the tables and the infographics and the pictures and the colorful fanciness. All right, so we're gonna see this example of the Harvard resume template that I have. If you want a free copy of this, you can go to my website and download it. All you need to do is go to the homepage and submit your email, and you'll get a free copy of this resume template. So if you really need to get started on a job search and you need a resume template to use, just use this one. It's going to be the fastest thing that you can use to be able to get yourself a high paying job. So the first section is going to be the education section, and it's going to be broken down basically by university name, the degree title, years of employment, years of when you went to school, and location, along with any specific accomplishments that you had, such as GPA if it's above a 3.5, which could benefit in your case of being hired, or any clubs or any projects that you want to highlight as like a high level summary. We're going to go underneath the education section in the Harvard resume template that you're going to be using. So work experience is going to be a complete section on its own. Each little submission of your employment is going to be consisting of your employer, the job title, dates of employment, and where your employer was based. And then underneath that, you're going to have the bullet points, which you're going to use to showcase specific skills, accomplishments, and your job duties and responsibilities were. So really important section. This is where basically most employers, recruiters, hiring managers are going to be looking at and evaluating, do I want to hire this candidate? Is this candidate qualified for the job? Do they have what I'm looking for? So you need to make sure you're using the right bullet point writing formula framework so that you can be able to basically show recruiters and hiring managers that you want the job and that you're capable of having the job. So if you're a student, you're going to have an activities section, and that activities section is going to consist of memberships, organizations, clubs that you're going to be using. So things like Formula SAE if you're in engineering, or some type of accounting association, or some type of business organization that you can use to be able to showcase that you have some experience, that you're working on something, and that you're in some type of environment. You're not just a hermit, you're not just a college student, that you're actually doing things. And next we have university projects. So university projects also really important if you don't have any experience. So if you don't have any experience, please put university projects in there. You're gonna either use projects that you've learned in school, or you can look up projects online in YouTube based on what your specific skill sets are, or maybe you can think of a project on your own that has like some kind of consumer need that you could potentially market and sell on the side, which is like a kill two birds one stone type of method to be able to develop a skill set and add to your resume and even make some money on the side. So for projects, same type of formula. You're going to have the name of the project, you're going to have dates of when you did the project, and then underneath the project section you're going to have bullet points as like how you did it. So bullet points is in what your duties were, tasks and responsibilities, skills, certain software used, metrics and achievements accomplished. And then lastly, we're going to have the additional section of the resume, which is going to consist of technical skills, programming skills, awards, certifications, language, basically anything additional that you want the recruiter or hiring manager to know. So things like technical skills, things like programming, things like software, things like calculation methods, these are going to be some of the things that you're going to be putting in. Certifications and training. Do you have any specific credentials that you need to list? Does that job require any additional certifications, or have you accomplished anything outside of what you did in an education-like environment? And then awards. Have you accomplished Are you an accomplished person? Have you accomplished scholarships, dean's list? Have you won competitions? Have you won employee spot awards? Like, employers are going to want to know that because they're going to want someone that's actually accomplished instead of, someone that just clocks in and out. So along with writing the template, there are going to be specific frameworks that you're going to need to implement in your resume. So we're going to have three frameworks. They're going to be action words, technical skills, and then quantitative results and accomplishments. So regarding action words, you're going to need to make sure that you use specific action words that basically highlight, some of the duties that you've done, some of the responsibilities that you had, and they're going to transition into, your technical skills and your quantitative results and accomplishments. So, some example of some good action words are, if you see my channel, designed, developed, evaluated, oversaw, negotiated, streamlined, optimized are some examples of really powerful action words that you can use in your resume to improve the chance of you getting the job. And the next important framework is technical skills. So technical skills, make sure you put them. Emphasize putting specific technical skills such as calculation methods or software. Say you're in engineering, you're going to want to be able to do calculations like tolerance stack-up analysis, or some type of thermal and fluids calculation, some type of static stress calculation to make sure like the design of everything that is working all right. And last but not least, quantitative results and accomplishments. So you want to ultimately showcase business metrics. You're going to want to showcase numbers here. Numbers are going to give recruiters and hiring manager a tangible business feel of the specific thing that you're doing. Are you making the company money? Are you improving things? Are you doing cost savings? Are you reducing things? Are you working with a high number of volume, high production volume, things of that sort of nature? You want to make sure you quantify everything as much as possible, such as like number of customers, number of projects, number of presentations, to really show how much work you're doing. Because when you put numbers, it gives recruiters, it gives hiring managers an actual feel for what you're working on. So Harvard resume template, you should absolutely use it even in 2023. It's so effective. It's ATS compliant. It's the format that recruiters want. It's the format that we're all used to seeing. It's the format that you can scan really quickly. It's a very standard format, so once a recruiter or hiring manager comes across it, they can quickly see what they need to look at. They're like, oh, education, where they went, where they worked at, employer, what their skills are, what their accomplishments are, and so on and so forth. Should I put a summary on my Harvard resume template? So that's a question that a lot of people have. Do I need to put a professional summary? There's some controversy about this, but overall, for my resumes, I don't recommend them because the format itself is already really clear and concise. And given the standard format, it's really easy to find the information that the recruiter or hiring manager wants to look for, such as education, employer, and skills. So please, 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 if you're looking for a job, make sure you use the Harvard resume template. It's so effective. It's going to increase your chances of getting the job. If you haven't been getting interviews, it's probably because you're not using this template. So make sure you use this template. Take the free one I have, link in the description below, and use it and start applying to jobs today and watch the number of interviews you get skyrocket. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. So make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, let me know what your thoughts are on the Harvard resume template. Additionally, I do provide things such as career services, so resumes, cover letters, mock interviews, LinkedIn optimization, the whole 9 yards, tools that you can use to optimize and turbocharge your career, all in the link in the description below. And we'll see you soon.